nowhere to go. They've done that with other political parties as a system, and I can't allow that. So we are going to fight. So talk of retirement, you retire when you are comfortable, that things are okay. But when you're an old man and you see things are being messed up, and you sit and watch the children, no, you put on your warrior garb, and you take your spear and your segai and your tamtunga and you go and fight with them. That's what they do. So that's what I've done. So I've come back because democracy has been disseminated. Democracy is killed. You know, the political parties, they just pick and choose and go and destroy. So I should sit there that you did my part. I'm not yet finished. Oh, the party, friends and all. So I've only lamented that why should you be stripping me of these things and then pushing me and saying, no, we want to protect you. No, you see, demeaning of the president to be seen to be going without this or that. I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. So I was very clear. I'm not complaining at all. The time that I've complained is when I've been harassed. I said, you see, 1 minute,
Hi, people. Power Tap, hi Va Freedom, hi Vaj Funabuli, hi Izu Kanji.
In the morgue for 9 months. It is so unfortunate. I don't know who we have become, even as a people. How we, the people of Zambia, have been able to accept such a situation. And we have to understand that there are implications. Keeping a person unburied, what does it mean? And especially one who had the key to the nation, who ruled the nation for 7 years, who did so much in the nation. You know, the inhuman treatment of the widow and the children. Do you think that things can be well with us? It can't.
And he's a man of God. Bishop, is there anything to do with the significance of a dead person, the body? And I was wondering why he's asking. I said it's a yes and no. It depends on the person who has died. If the person who has died was endued with the power of God, the body is significant in the spiritual realm. This is why when a dead soldier was thrown in the grave of a prophet Elisha, whose mentee ran away from being mentored because he went after money, Gehazi, the anointing still remained on the body of Elisha. So later in the history of Israel, when they were fighting battle, the body of a dead soldier was thrown into the grave of Elisha. Moment it hit the body of the bones of Elijah, the soldier woke up. Yes, that body was significant. When a person was a leader and he dies, the body is significant. In the spiritual realm, they'll fight for it. That's why Jude says there was a battle between this devil himself, not a demon, Satan, and Archangel Michael over the body of Moses. Because it is significant. So yes, bodies of certain people can be significant. And there can be a fight over that. I don't mean anything. I was answering a man of God yesterday.
We want to set a precedent. Let them give us reasons why the current president should not go near the casket. And who has told them that he wants to be near the casket anyway? Who has told them that he wants to be near the casket? If they want to say he shouldn't see the body, but who has told them that he wants to see the body? Why these speculations?
Maybe it's because you're arguing that really this must happen. Maybe that's why
it's assumptions. Even the court was asking them, presiding. The court was asking. Their lawyer couldn't explain. Presiding. You yourselves, in your written notes, you were saying Bishop Alec Banda should preside.
At this point in time, as I've said already, I've not come across a single man in politics who is today thinking of splitting Zambia. Apart from this is my aid man in Zimbabwe. This is the southern province. He tried to do that, I think, but he didn't succeed. This is what he's.
Okay, so we.
No, I think we will finish it that way.
Okay.
This is my southern province with you. What is he? The man is running his party.
Which one? Magande?
No. Oh, no.
He comes from Southern Province.
Southern Province, yes. This man doing
Hakainde Chilema.
Hakainde.
Hakainde Chilema.
Chilema.
Hakainde Chilema.
Who running his
UPND?
UPND. Apart from that, there is no other leader I can fear to run this country. All those easy others who have running parties, I can't see any one of them. He was not just a citizen. He was a head of state. And if somebody says there were issues, yes, there are always issues. But in death, we converge to honor the dead, to bury them decently for the president with all the honors, military honors. After the burial, we talk about anything we're unhappy about.
Hi people, greetings. Another sad development from South Africa. Share, power tap wa TikTok. Ama like say tabantu. Chen tufike kuna 1,000, 2,000 likes abantu balaisa. Akuna kulala tetutula kuchumwana defile chitiko bukalamba. Hi Bamelenga, ba Sugar Plum, how are you? By Facebook Daily Scroll, good to see you. By Agnes, thanks for joining in. And share, invite people. We are not going to go down. We have to fight this this battle spiritually, and also we have to name and shame. We have to use the power of the tongue to decree and declare, to renounce, and to attack, to shame, to proclaim power of God, of Jesus Christ over the body of ECL, over the family of ECL, over the land of Zambia. We have to proclaim light. We have to proclaim hope. We have to proclaim peace. I know these are moments where in other countries, but Zambia was declared a Christian nation. Zambia, we have not seen bloodshed. We always sit down and we reason out our problems. We use our spiritual eyes. We use our intellect to think and resolve problems. And Zambia is such a time. And today, this situation that we are facing as a country, the humiliation of our president, the inconsistency of our government, Fia na chilanda na tukusheure tungulure charo ni nani. Pantu nanguli mufyash panganda techuwa buka efi mailo walande efi. Aba nabala kumona shani. We are all leaders. We are all leaders in our families, in our lives. We make decisions. Mwamona. Once you become an adult, even as a teenager, there are things you can decide on your own. But in Gawakula wafuma panganda, you are 18 years. Even if you are 18 years, in Gatawalete decide if you are mano. Barambo kukwebaula. Imwena mukula kukula. Tabali shenguma. Mwaishiva. We all make decisions and we don't flip-flop. But chichisela chaba GRZ chakubatinga wacha lero balela ndefi, mailo balela ndefi. Now we are asking, ushe ule tungulule charo ni nani? It's like kumaka yabo, bala ndefi, nga papta 2 days baya bebatawe, fida mwana ndile tefio landeni fi. You know? That's why we cannot have a government which is undecisive. This government is dangerous. They have to go takwa bananguni munganda. Mwalikala ule pangamadlelo andu wachita decide ifi. Yonka kusirensa pato mairo mwana. Mairo bwacha. Umwana alolela. Before tailafika the day of the promise you change the story. Who does that mwebantu bakwaresi? This government is dangerous. Nomba mumone, watu ababika na South Africa muma problems. Imingarata yabo, yabika South Africa muma problems. Pantu for mwema Zambians. In a personally from today on, I can't trust the South African government. I cannot. Mwaishiwa. Because the South African police, the commander-in-chief, the president of South Africa, Basile Ramaphosa. So kutitu walanda tubalaba Ramaphosa bale bomba n'obuteko ubwa bahakainde kaka olomubiri waba HH. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine in a situation babikiremo obuteko ba South Africa? The same thing happened kuri Waimi. No, but at least Waimi baile musenda fie. No mbo yumubiri wabene. A former president had died 10 months bali filo kushika. Mailobalanda ye declared 1 week no shita declare national mourning. After 1 week yero baisa shita declare national mourning. National mourning yayambawe, we have moved on. Then from moving on bayam kuchita lawsuit kuya. Abantu na basamba bayam kushika. From going to the burial bayingira makoti. That was the saddest day of my life. It was the saddest day of my life to see the widow in a courtroom instead of being at a cemetery to bury her life. And it started from there. It started from there. People had flown to South Africa to bury Balungu. Baikeleche zikwat ni ambush. Abantu na basamba bali ready. Everything is ready to put Balungu to rest. Boom. You can't bury. People had to go and sit in court. Ba church na bakabesha wesu. Alana tusema ndipo motu seba nyazo batonga. Onse muntu jisi not even kambo ba church tahi abatonga mbaila. But pesi ba church balalita kuti mbatonga. But ba church tahi batonga mbaila. So no mbabantu bonse bali nyemede batu nyemena so southern province kambo batso bantu twa southern province tura support ba HH bajita yonse nyebo bantu ba southern province uti ehi hajiti ehi malweya ninda bane chitonga malweya ehi hajiti ka southern province malweya mipamba onso muntu wa southern province wele de ulagu ulina ulika program kutuma amafoni yakwamba ola muchitonga kuti nyo batu nyebo no bakwasuwa kumapanza kukuyi kuti wachika nkata kupemba ehiya chitikata hilo menyi malweya no batonga bonse mwene de kujatana amazambians bonse kukondeme hiya chitika ngata mukali muri umenyi mubone buba bajita balungu uya mubiri oyo bauba mubiri bamane bauba mubiri bazuminate mubiri tulujisi chitana bali wamba gwati mubiri baubika ndege inoja balira kubika mubiri ya ndege bemunyabo yabagabesha babola tagu tatujisi mubiri musande makani aliwo musande bagabesha bagamba ati tabajisi mubiri musande jiro mu newspaper makani aligo bayechecha chawo tagu tulabaleka bo bazike bayechecha tabago ngama kana ali mu newspaper mu Monday ihoneli yabali wambati mubiri tabajisi pemunya bataliga wambati bayechechi tabagabiga okumaliro ino tulikede jiro bamakebi baisha issue statement jiro gwambati mubiri bali ujisi ba family balungu mabona Deni sunu bamakebi babola mu Zambia. I don't know, it is the same time tubasigira bamakebi tobona bo SABC news guti ba South ba Zambian government bayanda mubiri obalungu ali mu kita statement tolia page eba imanu mwamba pubali kulondolola yonse pubali kupandulula yonse gutegwa ba Zambian government bayanda mubiri ero pamunyambe munyawe yakabesha kutalika kwambachi kuti nababwe ya parts mumubiri obalungu it is okay jibi yokawothi kuti nababwe ya parts mumubiri obalungu kambo ilya autopsy ya poison ilazumini ya ubwe ya parts amuntu balabe banani bakabesha muri bejede so bonse abantu tuli internet aba chat GTP mwe bantu nato jisi chat GTP nje ya bakayikona kamukabonanga gamunka ku Apple Store or Google Store and download this AI chat GTP mumubuye chat GTP wuti chat GTP ina autopsy opostmortem ilazumini ya uwe hama body pata muntu chat GTP ogaga watago na balajita postmortem or autopsy muntu kuku especially postmortem poisoning balanga ma body part otatwe ma stomach, liver, a kidney alimu bapandula muntu ulya tababwe hima organ babwe habo tuma sample tunini muri hima ma test tube mwembo bajitira test tunini tuma test tube totya tuma test tube tobajitira ma test mu malabu tunini so unga babwe hama organ muntu na moyo muntu mupati moyo so obuya ku moyo nanku kidney na ku liver babwe habo nini so ga piece ga sample tissue ko babwe alimu kuti na babwe ya tissue ipati bamana batenda babwe ya piece nje bayanda bamana balayijowe ya mubiri bayijowe ya mubiri ulya muntu alimu kumusuma alimu bamujala ulya muntu chaba mbira kuti na muntu unka autopsy ubururu wako welede kujanigwa welede kuba murumo muya ko bapandula muntu ogwe njedi zoneyo kutegwa ulya bururu wabo welede kubalya po bapandula bururu wabo alimu agulanga kwambache ya yonse ibatenda nabali guhide ma body part yonse bajoya mu mubiri inwa abantu tikwali bururu obalungu olwanu wajani wabo achumusankwa ulya achiyui maketo alimu litobuka sunu tobona picture tobona picture ku Facebook eba jeje kuli bagabesha achibali go munyamu room muya picture moibona bonse bagabesha bali mu room aba chief mukuni abalwati bali mu room yandamba yonse hendi pangirira internet chendambira maganaya cause onse maganaya ali ya internet they are on public domain so aba chief mukuni bali wo mu room omuya abakabesha awuya doctor pathologist wali kuba pandula picture ila pemunya abantu bayiga katawungu AI but bambati ila picture yali video cause wali live video ati ba mu bantu bali kumugarumu ku Zambia kabatamba bali kukopa tana babwele hafoni n'abachani bali kukopa foni bambi bantu bali kutamba kubali kubapandula alungu bali kulusaka so nje munya video ile yali kinga so kuba bweha screenshot ilya kutondeha bali abantu kubali kutamba kubali kupandulula balungu so tuli ama problem mu Zambia no bantu kitana tulachiani mebondamba bo bagogweso kumapanga ya kubutonga no bantu katujatana abena Zambia bonse awatakuya usapota bakainde muntu nawo olubiya kumwambira to olubiha yonse nyobena southern province takuya usapota unless ndiza ndiwe bakutola ku shrine ndiza njinywe mbakali wamba jeje kuti naba mwakabambi bakamitola ku shrine ogo kamuba supporta kambo mkuli himwajita ali mujeje wakamba ati naba bakutola ku shrine ogo ingo paira lesa pale fo afirwa nangu bali mitwala ku shrine yambeni okupepa pakuti mufireke toka mwajiro wambati abaya bali ba boss baba yechechi bamazoga bayi zwa ya organization gabatana ho bakajirega no chibalubiha bamazoga ni bazwa mu organization ilya tibatola abantu kututondeha headquarters e organization ilya utegwa bayumpe eyayizoga yonse hiwe bamazoga baya babola balike ku chechi bamana babachita baptize bali yati mebo chenda magana yali mu public domain bamazoka bali yati moyo wangu kuti nandawa gandiri mu organization uyu moyo wangu takukoya ndiya kupia I am going straight to hell bamazoka chibakazwidomu ya mu organization akubola ku Catholic Church ino problem nje batusira bamazoka tibatu tonde headquarters oguya ku organization yabo so anoche tubola gwambo gutegwa ti mebo surunda bola umigomba nyonse nyobe na southern katu kamujatana abena Zambia bonse kambwe jija jitika ngahwa buti kuti nangu swabo nangu wisongu ngoba bwe yagumujitobu yagwagumujalula ali mubabwe ya body part amana kabe shobola kuyiwamba tieto gabu ya body part mugabwe yagwagutyani because even in whatever codes the laws of doing pathology taizumini kupandula muntu mumana motola body part ila zumina kupandula muntu mubwe tu sample tu nini inoto wati maogani yonse bagabata mumbi tula kuyindira report tuyanda kuha report ilia njiba pandula mubiri from bagabesha tula ilindira report and then tuladindira report kuhira kubalungu family tuhwema party nguba ba mu mubiri tuelede kuyiba ibabwe ya kuli balungu bamerenga gamwamba basisi ba ECL balandira the truth will come out no ba makebi bale lande
amakebi ati ba ECL nabakano kulala until people they should know the truth. Mama President in Electoral, I think in Electoral mama ba Esther na family bashike omubiri udupantu ababantu kuti bayayibana futhi ababantu umubiri nga because that tubachite trust ababantu South Africa yaba kwate sitting room yabo so ba mama Esther nama lawyers wonsebeka le banshi bashike umubiri nganife wafwaye nshira yimbi iya kufishira mo umubiri bantu ababantu bakabolala na kuyakwine bakafika kashi nisho cyo mrefu wa mubiri wa munenu mba yechi nisho mrefu aya nishi achitire lungu ba ECL fichi ba michitire badada imo kwena ifefo mwachita ba yechi ndipo ni generation to come ero mama president akwa baba to bashufwa ku bantu Lili abantu balelandera omulambo kitira kufa ebintu fimbi imwe bakabesha imwe. Nibo ushima pepo bwakwisa. Niko soko mu pepa. Nile sanshi omuitapo. Bimbi mwita kuli ule oneresa twa mfuire kuli bajeje balandire. Bantu muntu wita palilesa alikwata akatina, alikwata oluse, alikwata okubibwelamu. Batu muntu pepa satana wako so mutima nga satana. Emuntu shakwata luse, emuntu wako so mutima, emuntu ushikuku wako so mutima nokumono kwebati. Umuntu nangwafu aitsoke kafafine tuwachimona mu picture ya na muikala na muiminina. Mule monoko umuntu wale mpandula na muikala na alata kwa be fish if you have fish sami kapa no pesa mbali achalo takwa akabe as long as abantu nabaleta internet tapali if you have sami kapa pano pesa mbali achalo na mutu na muiminina na mutankamana nemfumu yenu alaba mwenfumu imwe muri musebanya takwa bemfumu ya ifi kashinishi murefu akumubiri waba ECL chishimba cheto murefu akumubiri waba ECL alata mwakisende chimba demero techa bibo obulere mwishineri aba Yesu Kristo ba ECL body abali ekitire soku muloba waba Yesu Kristo takuli oko mwala chibunga na my elections eni ayo mwala apona nokupona pakti muone uko batilesani lesa imota mwakwata kwa makapali lesa lese wakwata makapali ifwe mwe bantu bakwalesa kanshi Zambia to wala chitashani mwe kala chalo cha Zambia imfumu na shena shaikala zikwa timai menshi bashibika menshi mukalwa kanshi ifwe na Zambia ifwe na Zambia tuime fefwe na Zambia tuirwishe mwe bantu bakwalesa turwishe mrefu aya ba mama Esther batiteshani mrefu ba mama Esther na bena bafwe mushike imo bakabesha na ba HH mrefu ba mama Esther na bena bafwe na imo ba mutinta imo bakashwa ba HH ushakanchi yelo inacho na mwene baba mutinta bali ba forefront because wa mtinta ngataba ba forefront if you safe batafie chitikakula kwati wagwesha mu mulume we bantu mulume ngale chitefintu fimo amukali kakubacha tawo bashitata we shenno mtu batevo bateko namula ba mtinte baba na forefront imi to blame aba HH kashwa mtinta eba bana forefront panta twa monapo kuchalo chesu mwatuletele shamo mwatuletele mipamba mwatuletele nomba tuwalata pa nomba okula chitako kula lombo forgiveness from God because ichalo na chitipwa imoba HH na bakabesha mwireka ndande finki mwireka mponte na papata mwitutwala mkupota lekeni mubiri waba ECL tamwafyerwe na ba ECL tamwakwata masani ya mwende tamwafumine kumokwini lekeni ifyo mama leke mbambi balande ko badoti bantu mutima wandi na ukalipa tuwalufyanya
mabomba shani bonse
I'm crying.
Walkala fe bwino mayo not pala but
yabulanda kumwe abantu ba kwinkumi bachipushe pusho kwebati ushaba leto teka libanani. It's like ngabaya bachitesho bale chitafi abana bagwela. They are going around like headless chickens because it's like they don't really know Chevalier why. Maironichi, sister over.
Let's take a nani.
So I say ne wekele no inauguration ku Independence Day am kuliaba wele ba ECL. Kuda ku inauguration ba ECL ba to hand over ama instruments of power to the president by HH by pede ba ngamle mukisha. So those are very, it's deep because those are instruments of power. So I say because the instrument of power bakupera now when you apera kwa bobe. Wapera kwa bobe. So filete obulanda mwandini but ine ngefine bachilandako okweba ati namwishiba umubiri bakabwekishapo nafutu kuyamukuyiba so bakwate fe bakayeba shika fe ero beketa nabantu as just a
vakayashikula you know veshika mu South Africa kuri uyu mwaiche oba bomfe waku Nigeria ufwene fyalelanda tiba is ba bene ba chief yere ina mapatsi basuswire kwati bachiyashika mu manda mulya balala mbuno kulala lekeni mulete mu na mumumfa
okay ena chiyumfwa nomba still more if you're missing afya kwebati baesta bala pepa elo bala pepa ona abantu mu Zambia bale pepa jadi netwa umfilo kwebati body na iruba badamba wan perapene fwebe ngito ali ingira mu mapepo bambo kuchitakava body ile so that body if that body we declare the sacred blood of Jesus Christ upon that body no longer send the part state here baba umbele if mwana this is a sign that in Africa no kubomba
bachiyalala mu manda ero amalomba yakana tikaleteni umubiri ukukuchinja nomba because bali sende fyakusenda bayalala mu manda nomba malomba yakana yalefayo umubiri wonse lekeni nji playing
okay
akulandeni while I bring it up. Let me find it. Let me pull it up. Akulandeni mama.
so confusion lesa mukutitafa expose in his own ways leso you inganga isha number 1 ushamashani ukutalisha alifwa shonse inganga shilafwa but ushifwanilesa so echo vera labo kwebati ilia declaration at Zambia is a Christian nation lesa keeps his part of the covenant upon this land of Zambia.
I cannot move out of my country, Zambia.
This nation can never be handed over to Lucifer. It can never happen because it was declared a Christian nation and that declaration stands. So this nation has a covenant with God Almighty Jehovah. So, noloveshe fyaba diabolical, bapechtereza ma shrine ma altar, it will not work. No balale mchirindi umobachitesani. It won't work.
Elo ba Edgar bale idwire nkondo yabo. Because ba Edgar yali ama video bachila playing apali ba mwamba palia. You know, he knew what he was up against. He knew. That's why ba dilesheshe na JJ bando kulanda.
Yes.
But Edgar Lungu knew what he was fighting.
Yes.
And that's why he came back and just hold on. Hello, Mama. The live.
For his own life.
The live. Mulefa kulanda ko? Mposha wandu. Ufwele kulifile chitika. Tamufile file chitika. Oh my God. Okay, nala miwika. Mwana join na pafo na ngubisha pene pafo ni mwakula umfa. Yeah, joineni. Umubiri nawe mafuti ati wale ufaya lero naba ya kukoti. Ni mama manchika Monica. Yeah. So na isanga, that's Mama Chika Monica. She's going to join. Video na isanga.
One of my informants that Chief Mukuni slept at ECL's grave. He performed some rituals and also buried some private parts, some of ECL's private parts at Embassy Park. Now, Chief Mukuni, I just wish to tell you that some of the persons in your home communicate with me like I communicate with them. They give me information that you do not expect. This video is directly to Mukuni to tell you that we know what is going on. You buried some ECL's private parts. The brain, the heart, the balls, you buried them at Embassy Park. And you thought it would be hidden, man. I told you people, I have people everywhere. I have informants everywhere. Even on your UPND groups, I have people everywhere. I have people watching over you. So you can't hide anything. Do you understand? Now, do you remember when I told you that Chief Mukuni was working with HH? That Chief Mukuni is HH's spiritual father. That he is also in alliance with the evil HH has been committing. Will you people come out without marriage? I told you before, marriage cannot lie. I say the spiritual things more than you do. And no one does it like marriage. You can't do it like me. Because I was sent by my ancestors, man. So Chief Mukuni, I'm also coming for you. Don't think that your people have been praising you that you have spiritual power. I think there was a time I spoke about it and some persons were like, hey, Chief Mukuni, we send some spiritual power to take away your life, marriage. Anywhere, the mind is very powerful. They can just call your name, they can just use your picture. Chief Mukuni, I'm here, use my picture. Can you use my picture and take away Mary's life? Can you try it? I'm coming for you, man. All of you that your hands are stained, I'm coming for you. And since I've been talking about you, have died, nothing has happened to marriage. Nothing, man. Do you understand? So don't think that people will be afraid of you. I think people are even afraid of you because of HH. If they speak against you now, they'll go to jail. Not that you can even kill anybody. You can't do anything, man. You are just a bush hungry old man, as old as you are. As old as you are. Me, I don't respect elderly people that, you know, are evil. I don't. That's how someone came to tell me that time that, hey, marriage, you are crossing your boundaries. Respect elders. Respect Chief Mukuni. Man, if you don't, if an elder is evil, there is no single respect for that person. So, he slept at ECL's grave. He performed some rituals and also buried some private parts, some of ECL's private parts at Embassy Park. Now, Chief Mukuni, I just wish to tell you that some of the persons in your home communicate with me like I communicate with them. They give me.
Okay, so could you learn, but this boy is looking for numbers. You know why the Zambian people now, they are using this boy to speak is because of the cyber bill. Mamona, people always find a way to survive. This is a Morris Sivanda baku Nigeria.
Yes.
Mamona.
Nigeria. Yes.
And the balamu bonfia Zambians to speak because kuzambia kwa diwa cyber bill. Umundu nga alanda efi alandiro yukumukakatalale na munganda. Yeah. So that's why this guy is being actually doing Zambians a service. Because ama Zambians bali mikako tunwa. That's why enalalanda without a filter ifile kichika mu Zambia. So sometimes let me even confess, sometimes nareva natileke nukumubonfia. No manarimona sense why if mubonfesha. I see sense. Because if a Zambian say this, cyber law wale amuikata. But the thing is, abena ababa UPND government bamona kwati ngabaleta cyber law abantu balatalala. No. Ngabena bala bonfia uyunani kantayadi fluffy yaboko bala mubonfia. Nasiya one bala mubonfia. So Uyuna is talking against the UPND government. Shabana 50-50. Go ahead, Mama.
Mama president inena litonton kenye pwenge fine fi alanda since ili chiri ndibayi mbachiya bali bebe yokwe bati chiri ndite chibe fi kwa gromuntu, which means imwe mukayalala.
Yes.
So inena lisa tonton kanya pona inati if ibele mkusenda bele mkuchitana nikane body aba ECL. I think naba mkusenda mapatsa wale fokusa yashika mdia
mumanda nabashika kale nokushika
mumanda muliomo bashika so that bekaya mukali ba HH wala tine mfua wala tino kufua ba HH wala tino kufua but takwa bo walipangire so ba HH whatever you have done kuma parts ale lalilandire po inela ti ba HH temo balesa ba HH tamwapanga po tamwabika po no muntu tapabo mwapanga po imoba ni side defense ngoba ku president nemfumo shirafua nendo shishirafua ine ngomwana omunono oshishiwe pofina kuchimwafi alwafa what more imwe nangu mushike vintu mudia nangu mushike vintu muchitama rituals imo baba banani imo ba mukuni imwe na mukula no kukula na mukota but mukukota kwenu no kuchitete akuikata ikata na pamenyi so pali fina umuntu nga wachulolekeshe bakabeshabe ne pamenyi so pali fina uloleshe abo bene bashanya abo bali fina bakasongo uloleshe umuntu
na fluffy nambo kufina pamenso na yena fluffy na fina
na mufina abantu nangubale ndolesha iminwa shaba kwati na celebration iminwa shaba kasongo iminwa shali kalabana kwati ba president mwe bantu mufishe ko mulesa baleke nukusamba ifo mulesa ba ala mukafwa uwa umuntu bengafya the next infwa
we don't say sorry mwe bantu shire second seke for bale to describe
president natla minwele rolo ba mwamba batla lulanga ma pictures na benye mino chira moneka kwa teba president shali kamba atlombeshi minwe president
iwe Mark Vicky shakulete pano waumfa uyo ati Mark Vicky uyo shakulete pano shirefa ba praising kabieni ko organization yenu uko not kuleta masangala toni kuno malabish kabieni kuma organization muye mkusalula muye mkudia karieni mwalifise ndakale so firieni kabieni mufirie mwikute mubyole no kubyola but just remember there are repercussions you are if you think you have any muredia hey dem ever good luck
efo bafilibo no kwikala na basebana konsoke baleta kubasebana bapili because na mwikato mlopa wabene umulopa uli atewe mutamwafirwe mumo
you know shonse milopa shabene shoba ikata nomba balesebana because they have been doing this
yes
apate pa first yapa is not the first time barecho babyole kabiri ngawalia waikuta the next thing is kubyola kaliyenete mwasenda era mubyole no kubyola munwine pona meshi bakolokombwa imwe
Norwendo shifia shini kilowa kwa bemino patrimo shali lula bambi abantu tabepa iwa bambi abantu tetusende
elo bambinga babepa yabala idwira from the grave
Panafi. So if you're very cheap because one let's say ole wana batwe yini elo nave no mpashi wabalungu ulelwa and tetulwe no mpashi teti. So that's why if you feel very na exposed elo tabalati
kabite iwe uli muntu lelwa na spirit so na bena bafile bachita crossover kudia baye mkudwa na spirit nabo po balefidilwa they don't get it. Okay baba bambi wabini baba bambi mipashishabo shali weak mwamona. Some of these people their spirits were not weak and they were ambushed into they were not prepared but Balungu was prepared to face you. That's why apapena mule sevana international kusevana
amupapa ma nampa kala ma tulandatina bapapa kala ma amupapa lipanu mapamienu mwakulaita na mwikala ma office mwamumona mulenda mwamumona
bache paulefya kusenda badya baikuta babyola pona bamina pona munkoyo futi baima again tulemimona
fila mwaneko kwanguka ndemeba
mwendo shimo
mwaneko kwanguka but fintu fyashopa sana ine nali fimona kwefi the first time ukumona pwele ya shiri apalefi ibo mama tina muchenjela
ile na refi umfira patali ba mama baisa ba Mary ine fifi yakuli abantu na refi umfira patali but nomba fili monchende mwe bantu kuyo kubuya kukaka ola balungu kusenda ama parts baya mukudi ya mubashika no kushika mama Mary eli ashitupokelele muno muchungulo bashimikire niko tabeshi befile chitika
awe shishi reflex kama mwana wakwalesa ninji kalangwa ti 2 weeks perfect kuna TikTok kunshisa kana BMTV kusaka.
Okay.
Mama na isa afika vya kukulo kitwe bandonga. So shira ifoni balishitira mailo kuli bamakebi zuru. Eba shitire foni ya police.
So mameri ashiriri poya kweba ati ba ECL bali asenda kwa parts kulia kubodi aba ECL. So ayo parts ayo hatushoko bayabikirenga na afiri okubomba tina bayashika mulya muchirindi omo bale pangira na ceremony muchirindi chirya nomba kwati chirindi chitakiremo mubiri wonse so nomba bere futi bakabisha
bwacho oluchero lero mayo mwashamo fimo bamerenga pa Saturday pa Thursday palya opo baisangirira omubiri bawusenda bamakebi basenda omubiri ero kwaisacha pa Saturday aba kabesha balanda tawe tatukwachiri omubiri tatushiboko uli pa Saturday pa Sunday baechechi batino kuti awe twala baleka bashike abene twatemwa nokutemwa achiye mwelesa bala shika pa Sunday na mailo pa Monday bamakebi babwera nokubwera lero bamakebi balebwera ferero bakabesha bashita na Simon ku court ati balefwaya umubiri wa balungu but uli omubiri lero bawulepwire illegal yakibali senda kofimo so tulero kupokerera ma report kufuma kuli bakapokola batwebe fyo basendere ku mubiri wa balungu number 1 number 2 na bena ba family ya balungu bafiro okutweba pantu mubiri wa balungu ati bali usenda mkuu checkinga bamone nefya buliramu so po tufikire lero lili nechungulo bakabesha kuli court uko kuli lawsuit ati leteni umubiri ero na yali atina mapati otwasenda twalikuwa tensambu yaku yasenda kukonka nefo twale chita investigate mwamona bayibangirisha bashana kuote fyo bachita kuote umomwine ati they have the right ya kusunga mapati ayo yene kukonka nomlandu na ma investigation bali funya mapati so inefo na chia pa internet na ipishana chat GTP na chat GTP bushe umuntu nga bachita autopsy ya poisoning polisi alikuwa tensambu kusenda ama organi ya muntu efyo ilandire chat GPT yati ama pati tabasenda elonga ni poisoning bachita test fintu fitatu kaili balandi lati ECL was poisoned so if ECL was poisoned kuchita test ama organ ya tatu amatumbo nga fyakulya and then the liver and also the kidney so these 3 organs are the ones which are tested and they don't take out the organ. They take a tissue sample, chemicals to determine if there was poisoning, whatever, if there is a whatever, if the result comes there was some poisoning, then they do a further test to determine what kind of poisoning. So it's only 3 parts: liver, kidney, na stomach. So tulero kumfwa nomba ati we need a full report on what organs exactly were stolen. So I think maybe for public security, I don't think wakachita release ama results publicly, but I think they will be leaked. Apatule endera fiance takuli file fisama. Pantu na lero kuru.
Mama president.
Kwai.
Nchipisheko fyo mfyashwanti. Mayo amlenga. Badoti. Ushe kote aluri okutira uli omubiri benga yasenda mu mochari. Ero mochari kumbira nguchari shani.
Awe akwesho chali.
Sabili abantu abekita beshibe liliashi. Abantu abegisonga mwalondolanga bana mayo. I think abantu balagwa tokuchi bapana ineni shali la pali liliashi.
Kuli mama kuli judgment ilia government ya winine ukweba tumubili basende kuno bagweshe kukonga mle yikupisha
kwa ila yikupisha kwa
ila number 1 ilia judgment government laba wina omulandu so nomba laba wina omulandu ba government family bali kitapio ku Supreme Court so yali ku Supreme Court balingire okuya ku court mu May okuya mukumufuati ya mumulandu wala abashani so before tafira chitika fyonsefi ifyashire chitika fyakweba ati bena efyo bayire kulya ku mortuary nokweba ati time night talapse
baya bepo obufi ku mortuary kulya ku two mountains ero bayire n'abakapokola okuya bapiki muna bali abantu kulya bakapokola bamuzambia ba ku South Africa
bayine n'abakapokola ba ku South Africa n'abaku embassy okuya bapiki muna kulya okweba ati bakite release omubiri so kairi bakapokola n'enfuti bali abantu bali fwa bwangu kweba ati bachinkule ba family atufu elifiri kuno so after basenda omubiri ulya ero bashere nomba baeba ba family ati mufu kuno efitike kulya beshire basa mukusenda omubiri so family ni shya mufuire efyo efe bayire chita bayire pela bayire ku court muku chita kunali court order yakweba ati bali abantu babwesha omubiri because umulandu kiri mu court wali ba appeal ili active so tabafuire basenda omubiri pantu umulandu tabala chita determine ufuire waisa mu me emukwaye so nomba babe bati immediately order yali yakweba ati omubiri babweshe immediately apopene but icho chena government tabachitire efe bali chita igno umubiri bachirinawo
so umubiri basendere kuma 18 hours bamema mama basendere kuma 18 hours elo kuma 22 hours babe bati bwesheni elo babasula elo baisa bwesha umubiri ba usungo bushiku bonse paka babwesha the next day continue badot
emkwai tababweshe the following day fyashire chitika if you feel it stick up Wednesday last week. Thursday, balala na omobili. But Thursday kachero 8:30 batwala omobili ulya. Mukoya mukuchita autopsy post-mortem. Ukwabula family. Ukwabula fida ba umfwene pantu yo ine judgment balela ndapo. Yali peda ama conditions that if you mune for kuchita autopsy post-mortem pafire pa ba family member pafire pa ba bodyguard babo baje pafire pa bana bambi ukuchita witness if you feel muleti
apo ba doti apo so they didn't have authority to do autopsy tabakwete because iyemina ndoyo baba lembesha chibali kwata poison ileisa mkuiranda pa 29 May so ero basenderi omubiri ati balesa mukushika ku Zambia mwamona so twalilireni apo opo basenderi omubiri ati balesa mukushika
tabali ingile ukuchita post-mortem wawe but lena daya post-mortem
hello
last from 8:30 to about 14:30 after that post-mortem we have about to abandon body right shafted shesh right to abandon body never ECL never ile Paula
after babena ke ba president bakebi ba nomba ba fika ba yasanga ba nomba ba real police ba South Africa ba court ba chita order ba real police ba South Africa efo nomba ba jilesanga nomba umubiri ko ba ubiki yoko nomba ba mono ko bati katwinga bali pakuwiba nomba ba ulete ku Zambia kasiba uyo mubiri nokubira taba ubirire wali feko fini amapatsi yikwe bantu kwamba nomba ukaka umubiri na mawaya umwelesa mapapata mtuli. But don't you can continue, my sister.
Why? No. If your number Richard Mosoka, Makeb, so number Kaidu Mobilia, ukwebati babuwekeshemo kulya ku 2 mountains ba 2 mountains bali dzina liability bali ukana kaidi lishina baule paula so efyo nomba bamakebi bambiro kula shungu
usunge wala shupo kusungwa because now they baukwa so wala shupo kusungwa twala usunga shani mubiringa baule pula ula shupo kusunga so kaba usende my sister you can continue
emkwai so nomba efyo kwa bikushunguluka paka bayasanga oko bayasunga nomba omubiri w'abalungu nombe fyashirepa kusha baye bati first bali salanda after kwali ati first kwali ati body na iluba ayimba milenga kwali ati body na iluba kwa sababu government atawe the bodies in our custody
batata munkonge kuti mwakonke nyapula imo kulondolola ipo ngodiya bamakongwe ngo twafweniko bantu vimotindikira batano la yafulungana
emkwai eyawe lili ashimandira bena Zambia na bafulungana elo kaidile lelo ndololwa kulekana so abantu abeshiyo kwechinga chachine ya postmortem yali bangikwa
but napokera phone apa pene pali abanje bati abantu bamo baletuma amafoni ili nopo balunguta balaya sendo mubiri wabo. There are some people who were calling people no kweba chibali bamona balunguta bafa phone napokerera apa
because wafu barechita kwani bifya kwa batika bwala la isa mtu bapanga ndo bamitero umuti mware ko kutontonkanya nomu
so nomba ineni mfurungana nomba abantu kuchibalera ndati balunguta bafa bali mona balungu bati 2 days later umubiri wa balungu bawiba phone inachipokerera apa ifo bafuma mukunjeba tamwa fyumfu apo imwefyo okay before tabaramu kusenda mubiri wa balungu bajeberera bampama social media wa agents babo achambenyo bera koswe abakalemba achambenyo kurandati twachimumona uyale mba twachimumona ko kwa sharafe panono baramu ikata so nishabalela ndefyo nishibantu baba babuteko ebalela ndati twachimumona ulo chirishani abantu nishtabeshiri yaba byambo kurafuma twachimumona kusono mba ero bayimine ukora musenga ya body karema nakishinga nyanya ara ndiro kwa twashara 4 hours nishibamu ikata na wabe n'abaranda tishani toraba mona baranda tarifwa so olo baile kulya bafika akasuba bambo kubisha bode around 15 hours tabaji wa ishibeta twashi up to 18 something barusha bode bapoka bapoka bode yaje yakwe wati kuisa ku Zambia nomboro wapokereya bode basitana announce kwe bati nomba bode yaba maboko yaba government because nishina bashiningisho kwe bati oko twapoka bode okuyireta takwabe okwafya abapangana ekiriro akataramukira ama imposters family y'abalungu bagikire organize somewhere bakwe bati nga bafika nishibakabesha yabara ndire filabachinja ngabayishirera ndapali yako bachitukashika angufami kayiko so waliperesho ko bachibashika ya pote pandino maboko yabo nomba kwa sababu kanga pote basenda ya pote basenda bakoti bapera koti wote ko bachipote iwere after wakoti bapera ila koti wote iwere wa government
government batuma abantu babo atirandeni ku lembe university ati bote na biba bote waiba bote waiba so ya kote wata wakabesha febali wakwatuishinga katwishi ku eo kale ntiwabomba ku eo pati yakukana pati wena wali yakali ku eo so enti wasaka mbalapelepesa mbali ya chara wasa achitati uyu wasa wama mijazi firefu postire Emmanuel Mwamba ambeni ukulanda chimakepi zuru iya kochoda wambo kuchimfianya na iya bakerenkere abaku mochari iri atira na istalapsi judgment yaku high court nomba bantefu bafere bayishiwo mulando walifumire ku high court walire ku supreme court n'amapepa arakare barembere ku supreme court barerorera aba government uko asutakora ku supreme court tabaringira okuyakulya kunandikani ku high court so nomba basamufoko batiko okiwotenai kapa social media baiba abantu bawatambeni kwebamwambati wabufi postenilya judgment yaku high court atyo mulando wali stalaps abene beka bayipostira achipa nabo batenza mu yakusenda bote nomba ku airport kulya bakanyo kubapera line flight yabo bajibese ku Zambia omubiri twara kwisi kuya kula kwine bakakawire kufota barakakaura nokuyasha bode kuyibika zaniclamed bode ubu bushikundero ndorap waisha first bode wamukupozinga kula waisha zaniclamed bode so bushikubonze waretontonkanya James Adriches ayepishamu twara stashani ali birenga sana tukukutwa bu James Adriches wacho uruchero waretontonkanya twara stashani ilo kuchero kulecha yasa chinja nomba chawe lota uracha ushikufe sana ile amukucha vachinja tubote na iruwa because nishwaishwa kwa bote bafiro kuitwara baitwara kuraza nikrem bote so la baitwara nikrem bote kwa abantu babo kwa batromba nyani news at bote na beba bote na beba te wamakep zuru the following day nishibote ili kuraza nikrem bote bale pishamu wamakep zuru wanina again wasai sana prani no kature anomba ilya filatwa ekushakuli wakoti bali bekusha telefo kuchita postmortem ama investigation ulya polisi yo tubomfye pakuchita ama operation nomba ilya kesi ya kwa polisi wakoti bakaiberenga mume ngakuba suminisha okuchita postmortem nangu kubakanya ni mume yoro ileisa so washire bomfya ile ba police bachinja nomba he unclaimed body is suspected as a poison so tufreto achita postmortem that was 8 hours from 8 hours ulowa kwemba suwa saine kula kumochadi which are non-government officials eomu ino washire saina na kuli operation ya unclaimed body from 8 hours operation ya taking 5 hours up to 14 hours wamakep zuru kula bafika wajaji wambiro kufuara bode ubushukuka ilikoti odana bapanga odeta ile bwera ku mochari wacha odeta ile bwera uchitama wamba involved wa police bambiro kufuaya ode ilikuisa wamakep zuru baleisa nishuri ya roya wa family na wa police balefuaya bode ya ishire moneka ubushuku kuma 21 to 22 hours panchende para bapangire operation from 8 to 14 oro baingire muku basanga bode tabasangireko polisi, tabasangireko wakwembasi, basangire bode yeka ikatuishinga bamufire fyati baisa mukusenda bode zaranganeni mwebadyapo efe bamusukwa baisangire muri bode na bamakebizuuru again after basango ko bati bode baisanga basachinja ati awe yo bode ne bapolisi basendere uko yapanga post-mortem bari kwange wakusita suspect poison nomba ba police barolera mume ukuba chita grant permission nangu not grant permission pari post-mortem so fiance fyatitike pari body the whole story is illegal tapari po chintu chiri chinge chiri chonse nangu nga balireta body ku Zambia it's illegal so lyonse lyashore balera ndapari inonshita it's illegal waletari kefshinga bene fyabo fyofe balere charo efya endere body so nomba after body yabaribura because balya bamochari tabatara abalala poturo ko body ikagira kula bali 10 months abantu bafe munshire kusana kusenda body ishira yakwayo kuiba ishira yabufi oro bote ibambiro kuifwaya from hospital ero barungu bafuire na ba hospital na bena bali mu bwafya barefu abasende bote hospital so apa fuire barungu bote baifwaya tapatara baba po mukendi so na bena bala ba mochadi bashira ndao kwena ifo twachura bali iboni kuno muku out iwera kuno abantu abalyonse besa mukusempera fe bode twabeba besa fe kuli bode twarande fi besa fe kuli bode tatulala tatubomba bwino nenchito parade kama kwenda bwino tatuwa kwa tomutende so area chiri apali bode so nombapa our government bafuire baskari amepusho ya Supreme Court iyo family yarangire okweba tifwe ira judgment yako high court yakweba tibote wa government basende bafoto akanine ni fine so nomba balero lera wa government basuke amalizoni ya pere ba family namba ba government tabasuke babutukiro kwa senda bote munshira yabo so bafuire bayasuka kulya iliye apa first again bafuire bayasuka pali contact ya kana bosha bote again kuri la judgment bayire senda bote ngero babo mtese bafuire bayasuka because bafuire basenda bote iba family ba family bapera ba embassy bafuire bapera ba government oro bote bafuire pa baba yaba physician baba yash bena tabali ngiro kula shara pali bode ishita yonse even na judgment la yana bara ndirati yo babo mfesha na yana bali to befunde na pera mkwai bantu muntu mara omusanga na kuina ikateki na bale kana steyine ta kufunga na umanu bali na umara tewe ikete ale kana da steyine limbitu amwe pa muma balo mfisha chifukushi
Madam President, sorry, contribute there's one part I think which is missing in terms of order 25th August 2025 because sometimes so that much to understand. Remember, family there was an order to say and then for anything, if you don't stick up, only the family a bodyguard, a doctor, and a representative from, I don't know whether the court or whatever, should be there before Tabalasendo movies, ukufuma kudya ku mortuary. So number of government ilibaide balera ndati iyo niba police wa South Africa baide kudya, but because the police wa South Africa bale sta investigate ili ashida kwebati kwali poisoning to that, but they used the court order ile yaliko yakwebati bafire basendo omubiri ukuya nawo kwisa ku Zambia nkushika Liabaliana okuzambia mkushika tabala ndi court order daya ndo kwebati bali ya mku lepulo omubiri awe. So baile kudya mufu ntungu ukweba bali aba kumoncha ukwebati twaisa mkusendo omubiri because tufire twatwala ku Zambia mkushika mulango okwebati court order mwapokele imwe na family na extra lapse. So baleba ku mochari efo baba pele udi whatever ngakwadi ufunfunga whatever efo bapoka udi omubiri nishu bapokela udi omubiri kwa isa afmedi ashiria kwebati umubiri wabalungu waluba umubiri wabalungu baluba palapene mwachano kwebati basa na chao ba ambassador mwamba baisa bebati ambassador mwamba lebe profi and whatever. There was a statement mwachifira na oba mungongo kulandapo iyo bakabesha balembele through ZNBC ukweba bekala chalo kwebati iyo umubiri taulubile umubiri ifwe as government to ascenda in readiness ukusa mkushika balungu a statement bakabesha bapangile then okay umubiri namba ni shuri kwisa lidabale turechta nankari between 19 hours because balanda tumubiri basanga kuma 19 hours and then ba family nomba tatuisho mudoko wile umubiri awe na ba government okay umubiri mwa bantu bakolesa taulubire umubiri ba government balanda tibasenda okay ba government basenda okay efo nomba ba lawyer ba makebi ba lawyer ba South Africa through ba makebi spokesperson paisa sana pa TV no kulanda ko batawo umubiri ba government banati basenda but before tabala push na statement ba makebi kwa shile okuweba ati
Mr. Correct chapo ba makebi zulu tawa shile kwa TV ukuranda twa
bashile pali ba mwamba pananka pa EMV
mwamba para ndeko ko Mr. Correct para ba shile kwa ni shibali kumonchari Nishumubiri ba usanga.
Oh, but nishumubiri ba usanga. No, okay. Sorry. But nachoso kulande nati. Baishile bebo kwebati. Umubiri naba yeba. But between the 1930 and 22 hours, I said baloya baba lungu kusa Africa engaged na mama Kebi. They got an order to tell the government what wabwesho umubiri kumochani. But umubiri wataba uweseshe kumochari
mpana abakashi bibika ko mukiriya picture baraba roya baba family baraba umfuyo ko bati umubiri wafuna kumochari bama judges one said Valisa ima baba parain kwali ba online no la ala
kade fondera nda order ba pere baba
konista bara ingira mu maketi
mutabadimo munfa fondera nda I think tamlemfa fondera nda ndera ndo kwebati nishi remember makepi is a spokesperson so in whatever reason you feel about to engage in a family and whatever I was referring to order of events.
Okay, all that but priceless. I think to person kutarikana because a lot of people probably line people want to come up. So bamunkonge balanda, ba notes balande. Just make your notes so that umuntu ngana alufya nyama isafi pindura ngaisa time yenu so that tulete kwa bantu kuri queue kuisoko. So I think we are priceless. Yes, no matter kaidi mwambo kula tadi kana ba munkonge balande fina imomwalande. So ndeba nati let's have order so that one person talks ngamampush and then the other person talks. So that is not back and forth between the two of you. Can you finish your priceless and then wa munkonge mupuishe and then wa not sibese. Thank you.
So the damage and the order area
already read that statement and then after Electoral number between 22 hours and 8 if number from Zambia to South Africa Electoral but I think by kasuba by and all that between the government and whosoever he was involved in it now but post-mortem which was not supposed to be done. And we only learned about post-mortem later on after remember when Makebi Vaisha EMV to update the nation of which even when he was about to go, actually sometimes when you're talking about events, but anyway, if you no post-mortem so that no moving not to sanga number. So if number, what you no kusenda, flash and no that either body. Bas badaba lesungo omubiri nakale bali keno okusenda omubiri mulando akweba tafine batondolo bamunkonge bali uchitire tempers nangu ni mama chikamoneka mulesunga ekintu bayiba futi muntu ayisambwesha mwana akanokuba ti kintu mwachifunya munganda mwachiwesha shani munganda futi tetumusumine so aso balaba mountain bagena okutira tumubiri wabalungu ubwekere kulya but mama no ufufu ndungu wabantu bayisambu kutwika bamakebi ukweba tinalukula laba mukani okweba ti bode ye kulya but bamakebi laba musukwa efo bafairo kwa kweba ti bayasungusha omubiri wabalungu ko balandira ti ukuli bwino oko bamwena ti ukuli dignity and everything. So Maro
natukwata line mwe bantu ba Jeremy natukwata line from bamunkonge bachilalanda ba madam notes balelolela so bamunkonge puisheni
apo bachiranda tinachisharira sana apo emira ndushiri kona ashikula baraba kumochari balishibyo kwebati da bode pakfuma muri judgment iri on serangwibe raps nga kwali latest judgment abantu abaresonisha ku mubiri aliponse bena tabalingiro okufumako tabalingiro okushagirako so baraba kumochari n'abantu bandi owakwasukana mubengala ndati ira judgment yali baraps ira judgment nga yali baraps bali ngire bahita bali nchachi ku mubiri nokwisa abapera omubiri so bali fyonse fe process ya mubiri nangu twarondorole fishani ni tamwali chinke chiri chonse ila judgment babomfeshe taya bako because umurando waba ku Supreme Court so bali ngire ba ku Supreme Court because ba High Court eba suminishe family ukuitora ku Supreme Court no malinsa mbunshi ba High Court aba shiboko batu umurando wa Supreme Court ninsa mbunshi esho bakweto kwisa abomshaira raps kanonga chako bati uli umurando wa ikere pa High Court awa Supreme Court so fianse fiatike fiabufundungu kano feri mbinga pali question yo barefo kushare direct ya kwa tutina asuka because fianse fe babombere tapali chingo kufikana lero nafyo bare tapali lero fianse tapali vishinga na mwiraine bare titokola cyo barefo ayo bubiri tibasi tuba yuchashana tu barefo bubiri tabara amukurugurula.
Okay, thank you Bamunkonge. Thank you Bamunkonge. Banotsi, you are next. But that's in request to join. Bamelengana mixta drop na badoti na mixta add. Some people need to come up. Okay, but Jeremy Landeniko, but that's in request to join. Could you have a level to join? Epusheni. Abusha tuishire mkulando wa mono mubiri wa balungu pano. Okay, number why mula ipusha whether na limono mubiri wa balungu nishi mula ndipushisha efyo. Kuti bakwikata obuloshi because balungu ichiro chabo tachapita. So ufire ukwete fyensambu yakumona balungu lupwa lwabo. Tumona pakushika ngawaya kumochari kulya mkufuayo omubiri wa muntu. Kuti bakwikata no obuloshi. Because aba like in bamayo balifwa, yes. Na batatero bafuire, we went inside the mortuary. Only family. Na bali ababomba, aba close. Abanchito, na bali nabale afuidisha. Yes, I entered the mortuary inside before my father was put in the casket to identify him. Bushani ba wiso chachi ne bonse tu alingire momo. Tu abalolesha, mu mortuary ni shede ya kushika. Na de tu adedelo bafuire from the Pakitwe Central Paria. My father died in Kitwe Central. So from the ward, we were there until baleko mweo, tuwarela ba doctor ba saina. And then we walked na doctor na ba malukula benyabo tuayenda. Mwalishi ba mortuary there akalia Pakitwe Central. We walked and deposited our father in the mortuary. Tuamana nokumona, mu fridge baba bikirero tuafumako. And the next time was the day of burial tuayolu chero. Nimwe somuli bawishenu twaya twatinta drawer ni fweba aliko fweba tweli omubiri. Again we are the one who went on the day of the burial to show abakuwami omubiri. That time takwali amasent and takwali kuiwamisha mwebeni. So mu community abachikalamba abayishena ife twaya abalanga mu fridge mwali batata. Ero tuafuma babafika before he put in the coffin. Again, is this your father? Yes, tuababi baba become coffin before tabalaisala coffin chapwa. As a daughter, nomba inene muntu fya kutina ya in what capacity kuya mumocha mkumona umbiri wa balungu yo wachira ipushapa. Muni bapwana ma brain yenu ya mwali befishishi mwali befidoyo mumitwe. But me send that my organization. That's why na my brain number. You have stopped reasoning. You are talking quite few quite one or fiere mairo. Na can come and ask a stupid question like that. I'm the host, yes, that's why I will not accept you, Bupuba Pamo. Don't come here and insult us. You don't know how it is. That's why we are defending the Lungu family, because some of us, we have walked down this road. Nobody can lie to me. Unless I was not there on my father's deathbed and saw the doctor certify his death certificate and walk my father from the ward to the mortuary. But I walked that road when my father died. From the deathbed until certification dead to the mortuary to Aenda to Ayababika. The whole process, I was there. Nobody can lie to me. So don't come here and start trying to bring some bullshit. Excuse my French.
Can I contribute here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that was a silly question, to be honest. How do you come on a channel like this? On a sensitive matter, you come and ask questions, what mass setting? No, that should not be entertained. I mean, we're not joking here. It's a life we are talking about.
I know.
Do you know what? He doesn't know what it means to lose a parent. And he can come here and talk nonsense. What that bullshit, you are right. So anyway, my issue is that, you see, the way I see it, their intention was that they go, they get the body and come home, because they had already prepared people in Zambia to do a mock funeral, you know, using fake relatives. So that was their intention. So when they got to South Africa, they managed to get the body, but where they had a problem, and it was that after they had at night, they had the court ruling to say no, they should return the body. They couldn't now get flight permission. It would have been difficult to take that body out, because there's already a court ruling to say they should take the body back. Now that's where they got into a pickle. So when they got into that pickle, they realized, so what are we going to do? They communicated to our boss. So our boss, when they communicated, said, okay, can she in the employment? So for I think rumor has it that it is alleged they left at 2 a.m. So they reached South Africa. They actually converged. It is alleged that they converged and did body viewing prior to the what do you call this?
Mutilation. Tabalaba Kakaula.
Prior to Kubakakaula, they convened, because now they realized they were now looking for solutions to Alaji Tashani, because we really wanted the body. Now that we can't get the body, and then it is alleged that somebody said these body parts so that to send it. You know, that is when they went for that mutilation. After that, because now they got in a pickle, and that is what got themselves in. They were now thinking, because they were present, they went to do body viewing Kuria. You know, you've even seen the photos. They were all present in that Kuria Kunan before the mutilation. So that is what transpired. Now my question is this: what I don't understand is this. How is it that the South African that's a gross violation? Why is it that the South African government didn't issue an arrest warrant? Because I think it was something they liaised Nava South Africa. Because I cannot see how they had so much courage to do all that they did without any police to say, Kabafwa, and you issue arrest warrant, you stop them immediately and get the body. Why couldn't the South African government do that? That is my question. Because they had so much time to mutilate. They had so much time to do this and this. How does that happen in a foreign land? It doesn't make sense. It means it can only be with the blessing of the president. I submit.
Thank you. Aba Emily? I think my priceless is your turn. Although yeah.
No, priceless about Chilanga.
Okay, go ahead, Emily. But that's in I'm trying to add you.
Just to add on to what Mama Notes has mentioned, the sad part about the whole thing is after I'm fired your body, the body was dumped. That's the best word I will use. And claim the bodies wherever from accident body bag. And it's very sad for the former head of state
so body right after mutilated over here it's dump kudia.
It was dumped to forensic Pretoria. That's a public mortuary where they put unclaimed bodies. That's why it was dumped.
Okay.
Yes.
Because so it's a wow.
After Lapusha Yosen to Bafiro Kwakwe, Batua 2 mountains, Babakan, and Stephachi center board, we cannot get this. They tried to look from where they can leave it from. The only solution they had was Pretoria, forensic in Pretoria. Oko Basunga Aman claimed the bodies.
Because they'll take anybody. Wow.
In those lines. You can't
treat a former president like that. Or kumupata, mayamposa kuma criminals, honestly, because they should have easy dignity even they were in death, but they didn't care because they had already done whatever they wanted to do with the body. If you saw that clip when he was given an update, Kuma 2140, Mamakebi didn't look himself. He didn't look, he was so traumatized because he couldn't believe it. Normal people could support our former president who and claim the bodies. That's the worst part about the whole situation. That's what I can say for now. Thank you.
This is very confusing.
Imagine.
So after baule Paulo mubiri, soko baule pawiri, the tekuli yoko ba usangire.
Tekulia. Kutushoko ba chitire that practice, whatever, postmortem,
mutilation, te postmortem, because they didn't have an order to do autopsy. Why they muku send organ harvest? They went to harvest the organs.
2 mountains, but 2 mountains,
after Nishna, I takale harvest my organs.
Forensic. Body bag. And I don't know how far true it is that very filokutunga, it was very kakirinamawai, just to make the skin to get together. We just imagine people can go into those lines.
So maybe it wasn't even that Indian woman wale because they are medical personnel, they know how to bring it back.
To do it,
yes.
That's what I know.
So because the professionals, they know how to cut and bring it. We know. Yeah.
But it's like they failed to put the body back.
So it means it wasn't a qualified person who opened Balungu.
I don't think so. And those people, whatever, those are not South African cops. Those were from here. We don't know whether they are cops or they are cadres. We don't know. They came from Zambia.
Ababe nebale English enchito amakada. Ba 7,000. Ababe neba 7,000. Yecho ba bengishe nenchito pa kuti bese mukuchite chiro cha balungu fya sokoloka ba GKD aralandeni. But kwena.
That was bad one.
Ngatamli ready by GK, by Mr. MP. But Dasin, can you exit and come back? Maybe Ala Misumini Shoku join. I'm trying to add you, but Dasin, like leave and then come back.
Hello.
Hi, GK.
Queen Phumie, how are you? And everybody. Yeah, this story evokes a lot of emotions. And to be honest with you, I've looked around to think of what to talk about in this incident. But I ask myself, how do I leverage this story of inhumane treatment of the former president into winning our elections in August, that this thing does not reoccur again to somebody? I know we want to know the process and progression of what took place in South Africa and the inhumane treatment of the former leader. But I want us, if I may ask, please, I apologize. apologize if I offend anybody. I want us to leverage this into winning our elections in August. I want us to find a way of informing the nation, most especially people in the rural, a way of, I'm sorry to use this term, they use it here very much, to get the sympathy vote. That way, we remove the person that is in office today. That is all I have to say at the moment, because to me, winning this election is more important. I know it is important to discuss the death of our former leader, former president of the country. But at the same time, is this elections coming in November, very few months ahead of us. And we cannot stop discussing this, but I want to discuss it with a way of leveraging it into winning the elections next year. I mean, in August. That's what I want to say, Queen phumie, and everybody else. Thank you.
I think Mwalande Fishinka, without beating around the bush, our focus, obviously we have to talk about this. Even our grandchildren will hear of it. Even our great-great-grandchildren, they should hear of this abomination so that it never happens again. Can you imagine what they do to ordinary people? Where umuntu afafye, do we know what they have? If do we know? Twarishiva? We don't. But this happening has showed us that this is what they do. And this is why they have been insisting sendo mubili so they can harvest organs. And the whole process is illegal, so I don't think we should, as much as we are hurt, we should multitask. To answer Bakalonde, is like we should multitask. Remember, this thing has been intensified because the period to the election date is shortening. It is a master plan to destabilize us emotionally in our campaigns, in parliament. There is that ECL Electoral bill which is supposed to pass. Mamona too busy. We have been distraught for almost 1 week now. But nominations are coming up. There is that bill which they are supposed to sign. Abantu bambokulalanda, balunguna babamona, alive. All this is destabilizing us. We are now talking about people who saw Balungu. How did people see Balungu last week when people have been saying Balungu has been gone 10 months? But again, this is a challenge to you, Mwewa Suminama UPND. You people who are paid to push the UPND narrative, is a shame on you. Mamona, you are the reason why this has happened to Balungu. If every Zambian stood together and supported the Lungu family, we wouldn't be here. But because the lies and the propaganda of Bubakabesha, they have cheerleaders, and this is why we are here. I don't know. You can't pay me enough to scandalize somebody's death. Ingani bondwe naraya nje bondwe. I swear. I am going to eat bondwe. Kutina yadi afe nefishishi. Over scandalizing somebody's death. I can't do it. This love of money is what has brought us here. We have failed to unite, even condemn a wrong thing. We are part of scandalizing a widow. Banalungu is cruel. How can you not bury her? Who doesn't want to bury her husband to move on? Who doesn't? Do you think Banalungu na batema feed everybody? At this point, we should be standing with her. People are scandalizing her. This is what we need to do. We need to speak to the conscience of these people supporting this government so that they stop. People need to stop supporting this government and call it out. And then we focus also if it come parliament. Because the ECZ biunga yapita mwebantu nishtuwaingira mu Uganda formula. Idi amini areli abantu. Teyu mwale mwana kwa chikwangala file bale landa ati Museveni formula. Paka mwai mwena nomba abantu baya tapa yuku ichile panu. Mwai shiba. Mwema supporte fia bupuba. Don't come here and start saying ikale nifi. When our president has been dehumanized in death. Let your father we say okay selanda tikale nifi. Because info ila kalipa. Me, I just think of my father and I miss him. But imagine to have a memory of it's injuring all of us. What's more, the Lungu family. So it's not in your place to tell us ikale nifi. Na underground kingdom. You are part of the organization. And we need to get rid of you from this government. You have no place in the Zambian government. But Mr. MP Landeni, you are not even Zambian. Some of you didn't be foreign. This is foreign. Mr. MP, the SNW. It actually not defeat. Era abantu bale sapano bale takwa tuishire mkwangala pan. Imagine how banalungu bale umfwa. We don't even know half the details because some of this information is sensitive. Tatuishiwe nama details yonse.
That's true.
They have to hide some of the details for national security purposes. Ndemyebanga mwananga namwishiwe fichitike kulya. Kuti kwaba ngani kufyalo fimbinga na rusaka ilya nabocha.
I'm telling you.
If I'm telling you the thing, if you today umfafya pamuru. Mulalanda Muzambia mwali ba peace, but peace has a limit. Elo paliba mobana kashe bachituma paliba mwambacha abantu balefa mubuke nkondo Muzambia. Because kufyalo kumbi bala tafenga wa raping omwana kashi bala kocha town ku raping afena mayo. Patim fwe ya afina mwa mkubule chitumbi chamu nenu mwafunya kwa ma private parts ayo. Pule umfata ma private parts bali senda.
No, Baba,
Kafianta, that's why if you are so koloka. You know this thing, if God is not in this thing, Valungu ngabari bashika twalabana kufifo, you know how Banawakwi was done. Mwali monechiro chabana wakwe for chai. Fimbi, chat fina. Fish baba chileba na wakwi. But Valungu refused for this thing they have been doing to people to be done to him. That's why they will do those things, but then they will be caught red-handed. That's why they are being caught red-handed, to be exposed. Because how can they allow it into faith? Umuntu president kuya mkakaola. Limbina yena alibali mupera ko chingo kuni balungu. Pakcha ya assume initiative. Balungu baba chitefi. Mwali mona kuku ama election ili abantu bafuire kuku Tanzania. Bayi minyo obushikuku ya kudia. Who does that? It's making sense. Bachimba kambwiri. Tamwa ufere bachimba kambwiri ya baba ekete chimwali chisokomo baba bikire. But Chimba Kambwiri, but Dr. Chimba Kambwiri. Remember the story of when he got arrested? Baba tuwala kuka police station yuko achibabu kile nechisoka. What did JJ tell us? JJ talandile pa fisoka. And ba Kambwiri achibali ne fisoka. nomba insoka fye yaine insoka yakwaresa nga yakumanya omuntu irasuma ingani insoka fye yaine fye insoka yakuingira mu room na ulala, it will attack you. So ninsoka yashani yakwe bati na ulala mu room na ina ya isalala mwe bantu bakwaresa. Answer me.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think Mwandini, if you're Mleland, as Zambians, we need to pray. We need to pray. Because it's a satanist. We need to pray very hard. Because imagine, honestly, but
nishi davenda sababa mwanda weodi ababale mona tibale mona bale mona balungu tabali mwanda weodi na bende
I know what they are going through. Umuntu ushafisha ko yababalera ndefya kurondoruka unless chapchitikira oloba kashinisha oloba balungu bene fafina balebe bati na bapapa kalama ala abachusha. Thank you.
Ikatondolo abantu.
Mwandini iriri ashiria ko bachi abantu bali mona balungu nishi naimo mwadi bakwanda we odikuri anga mwamwenesha ni balungu pantu balungu bafa 10 months ago. Someone can come and say they saw balungu who has been dead 10 months. It means na iwo wineula yakuri yakuine ku underworld. Turolele JJ akesa atueva. JJ says he has more. He gave us some of the names, and now Bambia Machine, I think they are too sensitive. That's why he is giving them time. Opo JJ tabaraisa mkubolula. Because te chulanda chiwari mona balungu abafwa. Unless ne ola ya kuria, oko mwaile kumana na balungu. Ile pano pondi, balungu shalanda na bena in life. I've never spoken to him. But the night that Balungu died, tuwadi pano fine tube chunguru, pa TikTok, pa peni. We were just like 8 people, tulelanda. And we didn't even know what was going on in South Africa. And me, I was just like, awe, inena politics. And then we were here for almost 8 hours. Tuwadi kere, like almost 19 hours, cause like now in 15 hours kuno. So we were there the whole afternoon, pakuma 19 hours, 8 of us. And that's the only time Balungu has come to me in a dream. Balungu came to me in a dream. Don't stop politics. But I can't say Nani Mona Balungu Tawafiri. And that time Balungu was alive. He came to my dream and told me, don't stop politics. And then when I woke up, I phone, I'm messages, I'm missed calls at Balungu Bafwa. I was like, oh my God, that's the only encounter I have had na Balungu. And it was in my dream. But some of you, 10 months Balungu Badifwa. Ero mwaisati mule mwana balungu. Mwachibana balungu tabafwa. Which means na mwebe ne mudi bakuri yaku ine ku underworld. Cause balungu is on the other side, is a spirit. Okay? So even if I dreamt of balungu once to encourage me in my political journey, I can't say balungu nachibamona, no. I say nachilota balungu baisanje bati. Don't stop politics, continue. And today is another important day in Zambia. Mwamona, lelo what day is it mwe bantu bakwadisa? Ni birthday ya Kaunda, the founding father. Now look at what is happening. Today is, if this is not spiritual, then I don't know what is. today is KK's birthday. How many years? He would have been 102.
Mama Queen tukatontonkanya po sana because bambirero balelira ino tena lilira sana bantu edeva Zambia bafulira kaponi so ubushikutuka butontonkanya tukamule pali Kaunda na bazambia tukamule tukachita pali kwine nalikwete obula ndo bukurusa no bafulira Zambia kwali baprea bamona paramine na bena sana ifya pala Moses Masua and Eston Mulenga. So, Elistava in Girokistava Fin to Nomba. I know child by Chaburanda. So, birthday of Kaunda, Nairan Tora Kuburanda, Shai Shwowish Kubu, Shutka which again a Pariva Rungu Napo, and Statuira and Napo Pariva Rungu. So, Kolombako, or then, I want to go my election, Mama Queen. If you don't for abantu my elections, because if Mulelanda, Muleisura want to amount what type of leadership to deny a Palino, a quantum at Mulelanda. I want to a case of a Tinista Morandi, because one bit of a shiv. If you want to focus on
Taparina leadership, Pari Kuchumaranda, you need leadership, Electoral Zambia, dictatorship. Eh?
From at Amuranda, dictatorship type. Was when we want to buy Karamushi, Kawaishi, Pakasawa, Mayo, Warungo, Wastavampia, Peramona, Kata, Maleranda, the film, Bisofrafi, Bambita, Shive, so Mamuran de Japare finish, Muraisura, Amano Yaku, when I vote. Bafila Shiva, whichever Port Casara, went to Amsangoshan. Get fully to establish great to push what Waka to Chitila. However, they ran the Cogat first to fully to our change. We shall want to Amsan, which and Chikan Garasan. So, not to Randa, Popali finished 3 or 4 hours to piece of water. Why is it? Because in Istora Vesura, man, over the Wavan too. I'm a pang you are going to Pali, when ya name it Mavakwa. Me, she never reached a leaf to run the film Monica. That to the Baby Peshawe, to the Randa Village Tigaso, we know about if Moreland that I'm going to participate to my elections. When should I be blessed to participate to my after I'm quiet?
I'm a Kulanda Valande come quiet. So, Elia Shidio. Tualaya no kuya tuanaka. But you know, Ilia Shiyarelo today is a spiritual day, it's an important day. It's KK's birthday. You know, we have just been, you know, that lawsuit here is where Valesumina no Sumina at to Alisenda Mwefintu. Okay, Bakabesha, you are a lawyer, you are not even a medical doctor. For you to even start justifying if you're sending Kudiba Lunga, if you're sending. Eh? Who does that? Kupama Kwashan. Okay, the lawyer could say, in this case, Bakabesha, you are the one who took the Lungu family to court. So your lawyer should defend you. Nga kukonka fieba Bakabesha tamufile no kula ipokolo ko yachetu alisende fintu. Insoni ebuntu. Nga bachilemba feka simple statement but no kuti turefayo mubiri bapera popeni. But mwamona abantu balayikudika, people hang themselves. They're guilty. I don't know what word to say, the metaphor to use. Abantu abula fientambo mwini ambokula ikoweka. Because one, Bakabesha, you are the one who took the entire Lungu family to court. So you can't be defending yourself. Your lawyer, you have engaged lawyers in South Africa. Why you are justified to take those body parts? Not in Mwebeni. Eh? You are accused of stealing those body parts and Wambokula Ikaka Wambokula defend taking those parts. Eh? When you didn't even have a right in the first place. You have no legal right, moral right, spiritual right, any right at all. Family right, biological right. You have no right to even touch or come close to the balloon. You have no right at all, at all, at all, at all.
Queen phumie.
Quiet.
And somebody asked that how can you translate this into votes? You know this.
Basaba JDK. So kula bafya abantu atumwe abantu moneni omuteko ogu. Bwaya kakawula president wesu bamufunyako nefya kusenda ku mubiri ku mwaka. Next wakala mingira fyo mayanda baremi kakawula. Nga bakumona business yobe ilenda bwino baisa ku kakawula bale ya mukusenda pancreas yobe. Na tumfakali. We have heard how there is an underworld in people, high profile people in this government. They belong to the underworld. JJ said it, it's in public domain. If you want to hear the names, katambeni video ya kwa JJ, papeji and na papeji kwa mwa kopoi. They are high profile people who are named to be in the underworld. And we all know, fabambitu walefi umfuapia tinga, waingira underworld, kula umulopa. Every day you have to spill blood. No kula senda baburu bobe yabana bobe kula adia. Fima lomba. Basiena maisen, ba James Panda maisen. Landeniko. Inechi mfurishe fye chabantu kula landa chibali mona balungu. A week before balungu babakaka olomubili. People saying they were saying balungu baleyenda. So nishina mama abakudia ku underworld kulioko mwene balungu pantu balungu bafa 10 months ago is a spirit. So nishibambia abantu nabena ma spirit. Paksu bale mkula kumana na balungu kwela baisa mkutu eba chitwali kumana na balungu. What is the intention of telling us ati bali bamona balungu so that na bale foku tuipa ya orochinshi? I don't understand why people ngabaya muma spirit world limbi bali kwa tefu malomba baya kumana na balungu ero baisa landa baisa mkula eba ifo bali kuno kwa other side at natu muna balungu bale fo batu sende na ifo bende kulia kwa underworld tude mkula dilinga na ma spirit. It's some nonsense. Basi ena landeni kwa bali ready bonse wali fo kulanda balandeko ine kutina lande efibilero namfulisha ulya. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I think history of Malelo ati balefo ya body na bachita request or na bachita appeal ku court bakabesha. I think it's so surprising and it's so sad that they can come back within a short period of time and balefo ya body. Then the second part is Bali whoever I think is it 2 days ago that abachitile post-mortem or abasendele body by South African government or South African police. It was not the Zambian government.
Lelo wati bala ndati nabasenda ma parts.
How come that meet at nabasenda? You know, it's so confusing. Are we being ruled by humans? Who are these people?
Master nakana. Whatever JJ balelanda. I think if you send it. Oh my God. You have nailed it.
You know, it's so surprising. I've been asking myself these questions like, are they really humans? What's going on? I can't really find answers to this. And who asked Bakabesha for him to go and admit at Nabasendama body parts? And then do they have those body parts to bring back to the Hungu family? And what justification? Of course, by what process they were doing, they needed those body parts.
No, that is wrong. That is wrong. I think muma forensic study ama autopsy ama body parts yale babula kofi ama sample ngani kumutima bamona and then palapene balacha examine isura babwekisha mona mu mubiri tabasenda.
I mean, the sad part is they think all Zambians are down. If you never mona muntu akwata kofi olupia ati yo proceeds of crime. Even abantu kusambirira they think takwa bo wasambirira other than kateka wa bochakwasi. So nangubalera ndabamwe ko tbalera ndakubantu bashaya ko nakusukulu.
Ukwaba na AI shino nshiku. That nowadays the AI the perform yapa. AI you can ask it anything.
Because it's just so unbelievable that they can really be talking to us Zambians and to the world because tafire perera from Zambia fifire ya konse. And how are they looking? How are people looking at us as Zambians?
Ama Zambia ninga bafi sumine fi ndemye babakala mingira fe munganda ba mikaka ola bakusenda no mutima. abati nokuthi bakalapha ngana mafundo kusuminisho kwebati the police can come and get your body part. If even if I say muviri wabalungu bale for kusenda.
No, this is so unbelievable, and I don't think any explanation can really justify any of these things. It's just a pity that we found ourselves in this situation as a country. It's really sad. Thank you, phumie.
Thank you, my dear. Basiena bachifuna buli ba James. Muyumfa mwenso mwebantu. Ifintu fisangwa ati ifintu fisanga ati fisanga nishi. Abantu is like they're yeah.
Good evening, Queen Phumie and everybody.
Hi, Sienna.
You know, it's close to 1 week from the time Balandiro came to middle of ECL now over. Between 22nd of April and 23rd. On 22nd, after the whole, I think, internet went ablaze with the stolen body, it took Wakabesha to come in the night and give that statement to say, it's if we evacuate as a government. 23rd, that's a day later, they conduct that post-mortem or whatever the mutilation or whatever they did with the body. The whole day, they were silent. 24th was silent until Wamakebi came and told people exactly the state of the body. 25th and 26th, this is afterwards. Abakabesha was silent at that point for 2 days, 3 days. Tabalishta confirm whether if you are mfuikile, if you are mubiruko or naula no kutaula, tabalishta confirm at that point. The next thing to amfuya kwa tiyo, ba church wali ready ukulekela kwa mubili na bashike fireka ba family. Okay? After 2 days, from 25th or 26th, and 28th, what do? Bagwera bakabesha bena again to say, actually on 26th, bali kana te fubachitirefu, the South African government, ebachitire our police because there was that SAPS issue, bali for checking it because you had the case to say it was the poisoning case. Lelo, bagwera. As everybody is saying, I think Mwebena Zambia olokufa yokumfa bwino olokufa and loyalty abakateka nebumba lyabo. I think it's time that we saw through this because ababantu liyonse fyo bachitolo bachitefe into mubushiku beka baisa mkufulunga nice like it confuses them and they come to actually tell us because all these things bakabesha in the first place ngatabala anjira to maybe people would have just gone speculating but how God works, God exposes them, makes them open their own mouth to actually accept, to say, without actually accepting, to say, what do? God again opens the mouth of Vakabesha to say, actually, now body parts to Alisenda. Come on, can you even go and accept such? Because how do you even say, no, we got some body parts? Because and obviously is attended the proper postmortems which are well prescribed. You can't harvest or whatever. And they have number, but they can even agent appeal to say before.
You know, Basiena, I think it's self-confession. Yeah, I'm a video. Kuma international court. That is evidence.
This is why.
Yeah.
God just allows
yeah. But I confess so
that all of us should stop now speculating, but actually know what is happening. Because right now, I'll ask you a question. There's a name. I'll mention it. There's a name called La Charles Chimumbwe. Does that name resonate with somebody? There's a story of this man. Where this man had actually confessed that our own head of state belongs to a certain organization. And this case was taken to court. Okay? Charles Chimumbwe. Then later on, this case was in court. It's only that Tulalaba, then when certain things happen as Zambians, when that case was taken to court, this man says, no, I'm checking up. What happened? They went,
our head of state withdrew from that case after Babebat can you show Malishta withdraw from that case here court. What happened? This man didn't stay long. This man disappeared or died. The people that know this story can come and narrate it. These are some of the things that no matter how long certain things will take, and if you feel a fuma, you just think I think it's time that we should remain somewhere. Our own relatives, our schoolmates, our college mates, everybody to say, I think enough is enough. When all these things are happening, look at the revelation of J. General Chavinga was on ZNBC. Imagine ZNBC goes and captures Chavinga Puma thing.
Imagine.
Imagine. There are a lot of other things that we could be dealing with as ZNBC, but we went to try and okay, why even answer him?
Bachira tutuma bajeje mwachiba mona. Bale tutuma fipakulanda menso.
So that tells you something. As a people, I think we can do better. Let's find good leadership. And with all this, we should even thank God that these things now exposed to and we are able to see them. We stop now speculating. Papa, we can see. And where is our president silent? He had watched the young Africa room at South Africa, 6 hours, but it straight as what in. So what happens? We know that his motorcade, one of these last night, 23, the sweeper, so this singer. So 23 hours, where was that motorcade coming from and where was it going? Because that sweeper of the president, it had an accident with that singer Dallas. So the question is, he was, but Dallas was in the vehicle, yes. So the question is, where was that sweeper coming from Wabakateka at that time? Yes, we know obviously intoxication by our own singer and everything. These are some of the things that we should ask ourselves. Why are these things happening? And first, more problems. So I think it's time that we spread the word. Let's continue spreading love and telling the opposition, please unite and we vote for you. We'll find someone to vote for. At the moment, we know who we are not voting for. I think that's what the message should be. We know who we should not vote for. Look at the defections. Nishtabashte defected. You won't say such that defected. And then we call it a political. Come on. We've seen politicians defect even in the first term. I think we should know it. We can do better. Thank you so much, Phumie.
Thank you, Mama. Yeah, I wonder.
No, Baba saying that story of Charles, is it on the internet?
It's been there. I think from Chingora. Okay? So this thing was there happening. I'm not sure whether it was captured by them by a lot of, there are certain cases that come, but it's been in court and it was circulating at some point. But probably it's one of those cases where a few people just hear it and spread it like it's a rumor. So, but it's there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But funabuli mwaisen. Mwaisen match funabuli. Tuleana mkuisara inenina kamwandini. Ubu teko ubu kutiwa kutwala mkweshiwa.
And the system of this government, the chief of the system, Gabati Chintu, Chavina Zambia Vala, and Dange and Tapamatikto. Yala Perela Femogoranda Fiala Pitanoco Pita. It's not good, wow. And Javan to Avena Zambia, Valley did a Filamba Valley, Ponya Filipari, Mochomundava. And Munwe, Nalabu Jaco Chibem. Munwe, Ngava. Usonta kwa wali mtunga leo wali ko usonta lero munonga wa kusonta pamenso bishiro kwebati umunwe bali iseti pamwe. So if you formulate that gamwa chite chintu cyo abena Zambia ngabalanda balariko kulanda chisuma mule isendira afya mashamu na matiku. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, James Bandalandeni opota tulaya.
So yeah, Mama. Yeah, I think my point is that as Mazambian, I think we have got the work to do to change our government, because a government sit and is and taona what they can do. Uyambira even pamene apa pa body abalungu amaliro abalungu, then wao balungu tilina maliro whereby timvera kuti daliswa nampoka katundu milandu zambiri zenzoenda even pali vana balungu, whereby if nga vana balungu walina ma cases where alungu senzo wakonka ma cases ipeseka kuti overpack when is supposed to come. So that tina malizo ni ambili ochinjira government, tina malizo ni amalilo, tina lizo ni system ya government si abwina si favoring ila Mazambian, because apa paliko ka preparation katuma solar panel ya kuti Zambo using amu 2027, whereby my light 80% ya Zambo ngalika sold out country, and we suffered almost 4 years na load shedding. Even ngatinga checking a system about yama solar kufunza bantu wakumunzi sitandiza. We have got my sisters muno mtauni waliko na masaluni, wenango waliko na tumababa shop, wenango ma stationary, wenango ni mawoda. Ipeza kakuti sivisa katitandiza hivyo. Now, since the government is caring about my citizen, but he caring ve anga pange walipa business. So that is why tilina weki yochita Mazambia need to change the government. Siza titandiza, zangala mtima not wapangono. So, even if every chitika valungu, tishitenge tishchose pali valungu tishike pali iwe montu today Zambia. Ipeza kuti wamai wako wasu wako amwalira nopezeka kuti vaendo vafukiriva kuja nambotenga kumapandi sichioneka nomo. But today since tinangene wana mantha yaja kuti whereby tikaziwoshipa mundu ali pa top because of ula mundu aliyense wakamba chilungamo vazamukonka ndi vazamumanga. It's like ilomba efira yanaika mu vantu onse apalomba ni ma pressing wangu imba za bei ya chite bwanyi this person is doing this. I think there's a target, but ni wangati wachose wanshito wantu wanapakingiwa. So every sanga kange kumchosa paja pampanda afanika kuchivomekeza kuchosa nshito wanzake chidinomo, then every singa kange kumchosa. So we are changing government hapa. So I think in the way vingapake vokamba, but I think nikambeko pea hapa kutitina nshito yochinja government ifanika tichinje government siza titandiza mamaina za wawiana uza kuti endani mkavote letu wakapwerera kujaza pesa kwa masoja ndila mule zangala kuti alienso chita pia mundu kuno tutani. So ndiye mawe yanga ininga kambe kwa asifona.
Thank you, James Twanaka. You know, our praises nam kwa tefia kulanda nangwa Emily. Before we go, yeah, by GK nam kwa tefia kulanda. But I think before I go, I just want to abantu kulanda nama MPs venu. I talked a little bit, my love. Landeni nama MPs venu vale they should not vote for that ECZ bill. Ilia ECZ bill nga yapita mwebantu. Vakala salo ukabapa ballot. Nga wayaku nomination 3 days. Vakala tuma machina katuchinga ni kukuwanda ganda we udiu koko yakala ya machina 3 days. Na mumona. Mubako nkefye bale bomba. Ni 3 days irepita. Nga balanda nga baya kulia kukuwanda wota kulia. 3 days. 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 kuyamkwipsha underwater umuntu nga whether we pa ballot or not. So apatulelomba mwema MPs bana mayo, if you are a wife of a MP, pray for your husbands. Mubapepelele abalume benu pama bedi eno po mulala apo holy water insapatu esho bachiri esho bafuala makoloko no twa mkatonse kutuposa, you know. This ECZ bill should not pass. Ngapta ECZ bill ndemieva. The limitation vali panga kali is already done. They already have 3/4 of the majority. So bakala pishafe fima funde fya bupanangu no kukakaola bakala paka pishafe na maloya kwa batinga wafwa kukakaola family yobeta ikwete poinsapo. Palasi utekwe bukala na mkula no kula shika abantu. It can be a law. I'm telling you. A lot of abomination is going to happen if you Imamwema MPs, you are the key to help us, because nangu is ECZ biunga yapte ama MPs kulia. Even if as HH is not president, but if they have all these MPs in parliament, HH can control the parliament from outside, because it's going to have majority MPs in parliament through this delimitation neobatched. Mamon. So yeah, it's a key that this ECZ bill does not pass, because if it does, even if tuapita ba HH tuawafunyamo by the limit, so yeah, the limitation ama MPs varia, they will be controlling what is there. Any ashid. So this bill must not pass, because nangu mulela nda tukuti tuwachinja president, but that delimitation ya Peter. The having these MPs, the UPND having these MPs, HH, even if he's not president, he can control the government through the MPs, the limitation, because he had the limitation. They have increased seats in parliament. So HH does not even need to be a president to control the country. HH does not need to be a president to control the country. He can control the country through his MPs. So awe nama MPs ya weba leta ma problem mu Zambia no, but tuamba no kuishiwe if today issue. Because if these MPs were doing the right thing in parliament, we wouldn't be here today. Well, if you send the fiance fiaba kumanda watafire samba kajinga ni mukariba da momo bafibika na ponga ni mukafiwe river. Katrisho mo bafibika. Fire samba fireria. This ECZ bill should not pass, because it's going to be, voting will be wasting our time. Yes, I said it. Bill 7 year now they have after Bill 7 year pita the letter number electoral bill. So mule bama MPs wenuko mubebe twapapata bana mayo. If you have a friend who is related to these MPs, landeni na vena mwe topota barashitishe charo tukwetefe less than 10 days before government is dissolved. Vala vote in time. Talk to these MPs before they sell our country. Ngafiasa inanishi fiachiko bakala fika kauloko kwini. My wives have my problems. What can we say? Tualanda. What can we say, people? Ama MPs, ya babala tuletirira. basamfya tuwalanda tuwanaka pama MPs yaba paka nomba bambo kulaba sebanya ala jeje basebanye fye so that nangu baba bavota ibiu se ECZ biunga bavota. We know who has betrayed Zambia. Last message and kuli JJ, please expose everyone who require will so that nangu chalo chesubashitisha. We know who has betrayed Zambia. Thank you. No, nabuture monomba nubulosh. Me, I just thought ni buture mo fekanshi muni no bulosh. Good night, people. Thank you for joining. Sad. Twale kokupela amanamba bajeo apa kuti basenda namba yo baitwala ku underworld nandire kokupela amanamba tapali abantu papaneo abantu bali depressed nanga kokulanda pala wama abantu nga baleisa balelanda the day is going on, but people are depressed abakwete fya kulanda chiwalande fibi bakukaka kwali baside baka Tina, I can be here. If you want me to stay, I can be here. Now I'm for if you could I need to eat my lunch. Vanams that stay on at JNUP and the Akula then muma comments Nishna like later Nidia, she don't want to come up commenting you. Wanga sana shumfire pona sort sana. Sort sana, you know abali efitumbi na liumfati abali efitumbi balabika kusana sort kufitumbi. I was watching a movie, an Australian movie, some guy ale paya bantu elo ale wachita ngabe paya bantu then mumpanga. It's an Australian movie. What's the name of that movie? It's on Netflix. I watched it at the weekend. What's the name of that movie? Apex. Yeah, watch the show. Yeah, watch the show on Netflix. It's called Apex. Mulika Laka. Is it Therese Sharon? The South African actress? Yeah. I watched a movie on the weekend and it's about this guy who was a carnivore. Ale pa yabantu already. Ale vika kusort sana. Na patane chibeke teacher sort. Bepa yabantu bali muma trails mulianga baya mu trail fili abasungu batemoko ya kuma hiking trails. Na eno amwa kweteka camp ko ka cave in a cave so in a kama cave omo hiking. Umusungu uyu. Alex abantu nga baya fafine mukuchita tour ale batana direct go to that canyon and then there is a bay. Kashkula kunyo kwa aleba tumekwa bela cave yako kwa ale paida abantu. Watch the movie, it's interesting. Yeah. Ale kaka ula abantu mulumendo yo. Ale nakwatane chibaketi sort sana ale chitanani kan. Ale nishnavi ke na manechu so ale kange na masha abantu. Ale shtisha no kushtisha kuma gas station. Ama gas station tabeshi bachi de nina masha abantu. There were so many pictures in the gas station. People who went in those mountains, they never came back. They were being killed by that man. And the man used ngabe payabula ne nama akanga pangama butong. What do you call it? Butong? Apangama ama butong. Ayabantu abafu alesham gas station. And people didn't know they were eating human meat. But I remember he had a big bucket of salt sana, nama seasoning na salt sana, pakukangejo shine. Inamasha abantu sho ale ipa. Bareli abantu. Mwe bantu bakwalesa. Atwali mwana balungu. Wali mwana balungu. Na mwe mulasa mwe mwabanda mwabapa menshi. Eh? Vachapa live pamwabo. Okay, let me find it.
I send it to you.
Fisuma Phoebe. Tuchiteni ko brief potatula fenta. Okay.
About Kaunda, and he talked about Shabalungu, and he talked about Umkambanga land friend to Shleumfwa. You know.
Yeah. Iyo day akunwa ma whiskey. Ife fonde umfwa. Kuti na yana na whiskey yonshanu hapo. Tiba. Imwa. Kuti wa yana na whiskey. I know. Kuti wa ya ingira fye mubawa and that give me the strongest drink. Why is that? Make me the strongest drink. Kama baka fika kawire ba wishero fike suke mitwe.
I think I'm not going to follow him
never. Na inenshi bompa na direka. Like an injuration.
Okay,
this is not just an ordinary day. I wish to
like any big Bluetooth.
Look back with gratitude and to look within with
honesty. Underworld kingdom. Give me the strongest drink you have on the menu.
Give this nation
yes.
a soul.
Yes.
He told us that.
Okay. Yeah, Isa.
Fellow citizens, happy Kenneth Kaunda Day. Allow me on this very important day to remember and honor our founding president, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda. This is not just an ordinary day. I wish to invite you to look back with gratitude and to look within with honesty and to look ahead with courage. Dr. Kaunda did not merely lead Zambia into independence. He helped give this nation a soul. He taught us that Zambia was not built on tribe, religion, bitterness, hatred, revenge, or region. He taught us that this republic was to be held together by a higher covenant. One Zambia, one nation. One Zambia, one nation is not just a trendy slogan. This is a call to national discipline, to restraint, and to dignity, even in moments of deep disagreement. As we commemorate Dr. Kaunda Day, we are reminded that he became Prime Minister when he was only 39 years old, and at 40, he became the Republican President. At that age, he carried the weight of a young nation, the hopes of millions, and the burden of building a republic from the wounds of colonial rule. That example must inspire the young people of Zambia today. It must tell every young Zambian that you are not too young to serve. You are not too young to think seriously about the future of this country. You are not too young to organize, to lead, to build, to defend democracy, and to fight lawfully for a greater, better, and brighter Zambia. But Kaunda's story is not a story of youth standing alone. No young leader rises in a vacuum. Behind every generation that propels a nation towards progress are elders who prayed, guided, and paved the path. The young must be inspired to serve, and the old must be honored for the wisdom they carry. A nation moves best when the courage of the young works together with the wisdom of the old. That is the Zambia we pursue. A Zambia where young people are not reduced to tools of political violence.
Yep, tukamwana yomfa. I think my battery actually drained. But Maria, I'm quiet. I haven't eaten. I just had coffee today. Oh my goodness. We can't